Hello and welcome to the Faith and Culture commentary. I would like to talk about something today that we are all hearing about, and we're hearing words thrown around that most people don't even know the definition of. And as you know, as my audience, this is why I like to cover the history of a certain phrase or word. And today I'm going to talk about fascism and the history of fascism, and what it is and what it's not. The Italian origin of fascism, according to the latest digital version of the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, from which I will be quoting and paraphrasing, is the word fascism and fascist have long been associated with the fascisti of Benito Mussolini and the fascis, along with a symbolic bundle of rods with an axe among them. Think about it. Have you seen that symbol? I have, especially if you travel. The fascisti used this symbol to show that the Italian people were united and obedient. Obedient to what? The single authority of the state. In other words, acting as one. So remember this, okay? When you are a free person, a free country, you don't act as one. You don't have just this super allegiance to the state. First of all, your allegiance as a Christian should be to God, not to the state. Second of all, in a constitutional republic, it is the people who are the boss, not the government. That's where you get into a lot of trouble. So if you see a government expecting you to be obedient and obey all their mandates, you are under their thumb. So understand what fascism is and what it is not, and we will continue. In Italian, the word fascio, which is the plural of fasci, means literally bundle, and figuratively it could mean a group. From at least 1872, fascio was used in the names of labor and agrarian unions, and in October of 1914, a political coalition was formed called the Fascio Rivoluzionario di Azione Internazionalista. In other words, Revolutionary Group for International Action. So it went from an organization kind of like unions, where you have a union head supposedly protecting the rights of a certain group of people. It was agrarian at the time, and it was taken over by a political ideology who saw, oh, this looks like a good idea. We could use this and move it into this so-called, almost like a mafia. We will protect you, but you have to be loyal to us. And you have to go along with whatever we say. There you lose your freedom right off the bat. So I want you to notice around you, the constitutional republic does not tie people down, does not make you beholden to the state, the government. Don't let anyone talk you into that. Now, united as the United States, I'm not beholden to New Mexico. We're not beholden to Vermont. So we are sovereign states in our country, and we work together, and we have commerce together. But we should not ever allow ourselves to be tied down by anything like a one world government. So you have to be very careful. Anyone pushing for that, anyone, is going along what fascism is. So I want you to pay very close attention, because I believe there are certain groups that are calling another group fascists, and they themselves want everybody to misdefine, if that's how we can put it, what it is to be fascist. They themselves are fascists. So be very careful. Don't be fooled. So this political group advocated for Italian participation in World War I on the side of the Allies. And you have to wonder, why would they want this? What are they getting out of it? Always remember this. What are these people getting out of it? Because nobody moves into war unless they're getting something out of it. Members of this group were first called fascisti in January of 1915. Although Mussolini was closely associated with this interventionist movement, it had no direct link with the post-war fasci di combatimiento, and in 1919, the word fascisti was already in political circulation. Remember, it started in 1914, 1915, it moved into the political sphere, and so it had 4 solid years to really embed itself. It is, however, to the fascisti in their 1919 incarnation who seized power in Italy 3 years later that we owe our current customary meanings of our words fascism and fascist too. Now this is according to the Merriam-Webster online dictionary, and I would highly suggest that you look in other places, because I noticed that they unfortunately and sadly like to put an opinion in there, a very slanted, one-sided opinion that misuses the definition of fascism, which is so sad. If I would highly suggest you find an old dictionary. A lot of people go back to 1928 and get a 1928 Webster dictionary, Merriam-Webster, but anything modern is going to have a political slant to it, and especially online, because they can edit at a moment's notice. It's like Wikipedia. I never let my students use Wikipedia for sources, because unless they're trying to find a way to make an argument for or against what's on Wikipedia, then they can use it. But for research, bad idea. So that is basically fascism as a movement. So fascism as a noun, according to the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 5th edition, is as follows: a system of government marked by centralization of authority under a dictator, a capitalist economy subject to stringent governmental controls. That's socialism, okay? Very strict governmental controls, violent suppression of the opposition, and typically a policy of belligerent nationalism and racism. All right, so pay close attention to this. Was Hitler like this? Yes, he wanted to control the industries around him. Was he looking at racism? Yes, he was. Look what happened to the Jews. And belligerent means if people really wanted to have an argument for, hey, I don't agree with this, they didn't have a choice. So when you're really looking at what a fascist is, or fascism, consider, really look, don't listen, shut out the noise. The media is nothing but noise. Shut it out and look and see what your eyes are telling you. Look at policies. Anyone forcing you to do something to your body, anyone who controls, the government that controls industry, like they have recently, especially in the last, between 2021 and 2024, which is what we're in now, coming up on 2025, they have had strict, tight controls over social media, and they would like to really, really get more control over that, because that's where the people can speak. And if they're wrong, if they're leading people in the wrong way, then people will figure it out. People are not stupid. Hey, thanks for watching the Faith and Culture Show. If you'd like to continue this particular episode, please go to the Rumble link below or click on the QR code and join me on the free speech platform over there. Look for the name of the episode and start about the 10-minute mark. I hope to see you there because it's a good one.